Hi, welcome. I'm Mary and I hook books. I crochet things inspired by books. I often will read science fiction, low fantasy, mystery thrillers, and some nonfiction. Today, I'm gonna try to just get out of my reading slump and see if we can find some really good reads. So let's go. Vera Wong's Guide to Snooping on a Dead Man. I was a little bit worried because the very first thing that happens in this book is Vera falls for a phone scam. And I really don't like reading about sweet older people getting scammed. But she managed to do it again. She finds herself in a murder mystery. She finds herself collecting the suspects and making them friends and family. It's also super cute. There's a social media aspect to this, and Vera becomes viral and it's adorable. There's also, I don't know if I can say this without spoilers, but I feel like it's a big part of the book that's introduced fairly early. So, alright, mini spoilers. If you don't want any spoilers whatsoever, just skip this part. I rambled in this section more than I wish I did, so long story short, I was incredibly impressed with the depth and nuance with which this cozy little mystery handled human trafficking. Alright, spoilers over. I absolutely loved Vera Wong's Guide to Snooping on a Dead Man. 5 stars, so happy.
Moss rain washes away dead deeds of people.
So, I got a really good student massage today, so I have a little bit of massage hair going on, but totally worth it. And I finished a rather disappointing book. I was really enjoying Robopocalypse, but I know, right? The beginning really had me sucked in. It really reminded me of World War Z and those independent stories. So World War Z, the book, is nothing like the movie. The book... Oh, my children, my chaos kitties. The book of World War Z is a bunch of short stories, and it's this journalist telling these individual stories of the zombie apocalypse. And that's kind of what this started out being, was all these different people's first-hand accounts of the beginning of the robot apocalypse. So it really had me in that first like quarter, maybe 30-40% of the book, and then it took a huge dip. And I normally like a lot of action, and I like when different pieces of stories start coming together, but it didn't give me really any character work after that first little section. And I can't believe I'm saying this, but it was almost too much action and not enough character. So I kind of even like zoned out a little bit, but I was at like 75%. And I'm like, I am not DNFing another book. So the ending was pretty good. The beginning was really great. And the middle just meh. So if I had not already been so into dystopian fiction, I might have enjoyed this more, but the middle just seemed like late 90s, early 2000s, like we're at the end of the world and we're all so tough. And I've literally read it 100 times, and it did not really bring anything new to the genre. It didn't have any like mind-bending kind of concepts or anything. So I have had 4 5-star books this month, and this is gonna be a 2.5. My last read for this week was The History of Bourbon. I love the great courses. They are just the most entertaining, bite-sized morsels of really good, well-researched information. This is not something to necessarily write home about, but I really did not realize that there were so many distinctions between Scotch, whiskey, bourbon, and the details, the minutiae of where it comes from. I knew in wine there was a concept of terroir, where the wine reflects where it's grown, and bourbon does the same thing. It was also really interesting seeing how bourbon shaped actually like some of our laws during Prohibition, during even before Prohibition, during the Revolution, the Revolutionary War in the United States. So this was a very fun, short, informative read. Still probably like 3.25 stars because it's not something I'm necessarily going to be quoting for the rest of the year, but it was a lot of fun. Thank you for joining me this week on this pretty good quality, if not necessarily most productive reading crochet vlog. As always, I will have the patterns in the description box down below if you also like to make this cute little robot or teapot. And in the description box will also be the Buy Me a Coffee website if you'd like to financially donate to the crochet cause. Otherwise, just please like, subscribe, share, and really thank you for watching to the end of the video. As always, please do something to take care of yourself, whether that is taking a break to read, or crochet, or play with your cats. Get a good meal, get a good night's sleep, and always remember to keep your shoulders back, your head up, and breathe.